was the price of your crown.
Die! I want you to die.
Soon enough, I'll be dead. And you'll be king.
I don't want anything from you. You're not a man. You're not my father.
You are my son, and you have always known my mind.
You deceived me.
You let yourself be deceived. But in your heart, you always knew what had to happen here. At last, you know what it means to hate. Now you're ready to be a king.
My hate will die with you.
Just like a G, you know? Trouble, what's part of fight? Before they do it. I wake up and go get me some new money. You know I'm living like a G. These little niggas ain't gonna take nothing from me. You know we do it like a G. That's why they got I fuck on anyone. Just like a gangster, just like a G.
Just like a gangster, just like a G. Welcome to the G Chip podcast. I got my cousin with me. Got the record techie.
Yo.
He's in the truck again. But
yeah, I got a hole in my shirt. See that?
Before the show started,
I'm working.
Before the show started, I said, cuz the rugged techie was in the truck. I said, he said, I got a hole in my shirt. I'll make it bigger. It's rugged for a reason. I was like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it to him, cuz they gonna think the rugged techie doing bad out here.
Do whatever it takes. Some of y'all looking good and going broke. Yeah.
Oh man, that's facts. Hey, I got a lot to talk about. I want to get right into it, but I can't let it go. I can't let this go. I was listening to the intro as it was playing, and I love that intro. And I've always loved that clip, that scene. And he said, "You deceived me," and he said to him, "You deceived yourself."
Right.
Because in your
it's
heart,
true.
you always knew what had to happen here, nigga. I didn't deceive you, nigga. You deceived yourself. You knew what I was going to do. You knew I'm on fuck shit time. And you let me run point. You know I'm gonna do some fuck shit. Don't get
People
mad.
deceive themselves.
You deceived yourself by thinking I wasn't gonna be who I was, is what that man told him. That's the scene from that's the scene when the dude was his father had stabbed him in the back and got Braveheart locked up by the king.
Right. I've seen that movie 1,000 times. Yeah.
He said to him, he said to him, you know, because he was ready to fight that time. I was going to go to war with him. And then they locked his ass up. They had backstabbed him. And then he got locked up. That's what was seen right before he got murdered. And he went to his father and he said, I hate you. You deceived me. He said, oh, nigga, you deceived yourself.
Right.
You always knew it had to happen here. You always knew. You always knew I was going to be a sellout, nigga. I'm a sellout. Is what his father told him.
Right.
You out here want to fight for the people, nigga. I don't.
Right. Absolutely. And he went. Not only that, but he went. You know, he didn't just know about it. He went along with it.
Well, no. Well, the first time he went along with it, but the second time he was like, "All right, you know, I felt bad for stabbing you in the back.
Right.
Give me one more chance. This time I'm gonna really fight with you outside in these streets."
He didn't do the second time. He didn't do it. Right.
The second time, his father sold him out.
Right.
That's when he. The second time his father sold him out, but he said, "You always knew what had to happen here." Because you remember when my sound getting distorted. What happened? Hello, testing. Okay. Because the first time, you remember, the second time was when he gave him the rag.
Right.
Did I lose? I just lost you. Oh, here we go. Testing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear you. Okay. Yeah, I just love that scene. He said, "You deceived yourself," and I want to get into something real quick. Let me bring up the banner Let me bring up the banner. I'm gonna give a quick pro tip as I get to what I want to talk about this week or today. So the pro tip for today is the moment your decisions are driven by everyone's approval, your purpose takes a back seat. So you got to kind of live by your principles, not by applause. We are trained to do what makes people gravitate to us. You're trained to do what goes viral. You're trained to do what gets you likes. You're trained to do what gets you to seal clap like you're in a circus.
Right.
And so because of that, most times we're putting principle and value. We're putting that shit to the side. It's disassociated with the bag. So pro tip from me is your decisions have to be grounded in you, in who you are, not grounded in what other people want. That's the pro tip from G Chili this week. I dropped nothing but game to you niggas. You niggas don't deserve this shit. Giving it to your bitch ass for free, nigga.
Right.
Free game. You know, but these whole ass niggas be talking about the game is to be sold, not told. And I hate it. Everybody who know me know I've always hated that.
What, the game to be sold, not told?
Yeah, the game to be
sold. I don't like that. I don't like that either. You know what else I don't like?
What?
It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
Oh yeah. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
I don't like that either.
Hey, you dating your homie, nigga?
Yeah. I don't like that. I never want what the homies have. I don't want it. You can have that.
I hated so many colloquial sayings that we had. You know, it's so many. I just think I'm actually, it might get something that we touch on in this today, actually. But first, before we get sidetracked onto that, let me write down. Let me jot down a note. Colloquial sayings that I hate. Let me see something.
We can go back and forth. I have 1,000 of them I don't like. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you do too. Yeah.
We can get back to that. But what I want to talk about first is before I forget, I want to give congratulations to a brother. Let me play the video of the brother I want to congratulate. What do you know about Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown. Is that
the NBA player?
A basketball player, right? And he has a podcast, right?
I don't know if he has a podcast, but he probably should have one.
I think he does. And I think Michael Jordan said something to him one time that he didn't like, really messed him up.
Oh, really?
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I think I like that dude. Yeah.
Yeah, let me play a video of him right here.
Very much dislike the term black excellence because it's like an undertone of like black elitism and like kind of.
So what he says there at the very beginning of the clip that you may not be able to hear, people, is he said, I don't like the term black excellence because it's too tied to black elitism. And I just, every time I hear him talk, sometimes, not every time, but most of the time I hear this brother talk, I just end up clapping. Because I'm like, we finally got a rich nigga who brain work. Like the system used to empower dumb niggas intentionally. Like intentionally empower dumb niggas. And
that's
then
true.
The community would say, well, listen, you know, because the community would gravitate to the person who had the economic resources for leadership at some point. It used to be at a certain point in time, like I said on the past show, in the 1800s, let me take this video down so real quick and then I'll bring it back up. I just want to make this point and then, like I had said to someone on a past show, I said, in the 1800s, if you would, the person that black people was going to look to for leadership, you was an out of this box thinking nigga. You was an out of this box intellect. Like you was like you You was a nigga of niggas. You was a nigga of at the height of niggerdom, right? You was a black man
W.E.B.
at the
Du
height of-
Bois.
yeah.
People like that.
You out there, you know. Whether it's W.E.B. Du Bois or what's the brother that started Tuskegee University?
Booker T. Washington.
Booker T. Washington. Yeah, you name them. We had thousands, hundreds of them. I said, but what happened in my lifetime is we stopped looking to leadership from the high intellect in our community. We started looking for leadership for the high capitalists in our community, the highly capitalized. And that was
more money, right?
Because what happened was the people who created the conditions for the highly capitalized to be highly capitalized were the people with the high intellects of the 50s, 40s, and 60s.
Even before that, the 20s. I would say that
even before that,
20s and 20s, 30s. Yeah,
exactly. All of the thinking niggas who put the groundwork in place to push the community forward to get to the space that we could have a rapper, that we could have a Michael Jordan, that we could have a LeBron James. Those people were not highly capitalized people. They were not they were the thinkers of their day.
Right.
And they moved us as a collective. Our community, I said to them, we started focusing on as Dave Chappelle said in that one skit, what does Ja Rule think? You know, what does Sexy Red think? Knock against none of them. No knock against Ja Rule or Sexy Red. But they are the entertainers who should be funding the leaders. You know, like
right.
In the 50s and 60s, the musicians put the money into where the black men who were thinking felt the money should go. You put the money behind the thinkers. You didn't. The thinkers didn't come to you for thoughts.
No, you're absolutely right.
What? You know, let me go to this boxer
right.
and get this boxer to give me a game plan on how to beat white supremacy. That's not how it happened.
Right.
The athlete took the money and gave it to the thinker, and the thinkers put together the program. In the black community, we got so anti-intellectual in my lifetime that I've watched, where we have what we're dealing with now with everything that comes up with that interview from Mark Lamont Hill, the great interview that Dr. Mark Lamont Hill did with the pseudo college owner that gave Cheyenne Bryan When I saw that interview, I said, this is such a great interview. I said, we're such an anti-intellectual society that this is the only reason that this interview had to happen. It's a travesty on education that this is where we are. It's a travesty. It's a travesty. And so when I saw this clip from Jaylen Brown, I had to just say, I got to make sure I say salute this brother at the beginning of this show. So now I'm going to bring it back up and say salute this brother. Hold on a second. Because we finally got a smart nigga with money. The system couldn't block him. The system couldn't block him. Normally they block a nigga like him from getting the bag.
Right. Well, we'll see. You know, we'll always see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what he becomes. But what I'm saying is, they don't listen. They don't like to give bags to niggas who got brains like this.
Very much dislike the term black excellence because it's like an undertone of like black elitism and like kind of like operating like in this capitalistic way that's not in tune to us, like how we move like them. I don't like that. When I do business, I'm not trying to take advantage of nobody. I'm not trying to scam nobody. I'm not trying to get over on nobody. I think business should be done that way. You know what I mean? I think we should both get something out of it. If not, I won't even do it. And people would disagree with that. And I wouldn't.
Well, that's because we turned culture into capitalism and we turned money into a god, right? And we'll do anything for that money. And we justify all actions by at least you getting the bag, right? Not that you did it where it's morally aligned, not that it's aligned with your spirit or your values or nothing. It's just, but they got the bag though. That's justifying our own self-destruction, as long as it comes with some capital. So now we can't see our progress, right? Because we keep celebrating things that don't represent our progress. And we celebrate people that have nothing in their plans for our progress. I'm 19 Keys, and this is high level conversation.
Salute to the brother 19 Keys.
What he's saying is right about excellence and putting money before, actual information or real excellence. But the money comes from excellence initially. So, for instance, the know-how, how to make the money comes from excellence, not from the people who make it, but from the people who thought of how to make it. So,
not from the people who make it, but from the people who thought
about how to make it. In other words, there was a system set in place to be able to get that person to that point, especially if you're black. The system wasn't set up for you to even make any money. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, Floyd Mayweather wasn't set up to make as much money as he did. He was actually working for another company. Mm-hmm. But there was minds behind the scene, his friends, people who are around him, who gave him information or wisdom or knowledge to be able to leave the situation he was in, to run his own situation himself, to promote himself, to have his own company, right? So he had to tap into people who had that information, who might or might not have had a lot of money. Malcolm X used to be counseled by a bunch of people around him. Dr. Henrik Clark used to talk about that, how Malcolm had an actual think tank around him, giving him information so that he can use it, because you need a team. People try to do this solo. Ain't no solo.
Yeah.
Not if you want to get big. So you need your intellectuals to help you. Intellectuals, lawyers, doctors, accountants. You need a team to win. And you can't just do it by yourself as an entertainer. People fall on their face all the time. They run into problems all the time. You see it all the time. R. Kelly is he's an example. Nobody was around him like, hey, buddy, you might want to move a little smarter, because they're going to come later and take all the money you got. Because the only thing they need to do is get you. You might have all the money in the world and islands, and all they need to do is come after you. And nobody was there to really probably tell him, hey, intellectual, tell him you're going to lose everything you got.
Well, you know what it is? You're right about that. All they need to do is come back and get you. But that, see, what happened? No one would have been able to tell him. That's the unfortunate reality. And because once we got gravitated to where we are in the culture now, where you can't tell a nigga nothing if they got more money than you.
Right.
Once we made, like I keep saying it, I've been saying it for years. Once we made it to get out of jail free card in the hood in the black community to explain away anything for you to say, I got money though. right. I got money though. Like just watch any guy who does a stream. Look at what people are willing to put themselves through.
Right.
For access to someone with fame and money. You got people who will do a stream and they'll have a house full of broads lined up. And or dudes lined up in different just once we made the I got money the rationale for life,
right,
and the justification for all life's actions, it's no win, because now you can have a 17-year-old kid, an 18-year-old kid who could be left money from his grandfather or his father or his mother. He didn't even have to make it. And you can go to that 18-year-old kid and say, hey, young man, hey, let me tell you something about life real quick. That's a cliff that you see in front of you. You're going to walk off of it. You can't tell that 18-year-old kid that because that kid got some money. He's gonna say, "I got money, nigga. Yeah, I make more. I got more money. I got more money in my bank account than you." You know, that's how niggas. Once that became the rationale, that wasn't always the rationale. Like there was a point in human existence, and it was fairly recent, where even if you had more money than a person, there was an acknowledgement that you had capital. This person had knowledge. There was a acceptance of there's different types of statuses in life. Nobody was going to walk up on this. Nobody's going to walk up on Fred Hampton and flash their cash at him.
Right. Flash their money at him.
The only way that you navigate it nowadays. So I said, you couldn't have told R. Kelly anything. You couldn't have told any of these rich niggas anything because it became a point where rich niggas didn't have to listen to nobody because rich niggas had money. And that's what 19 Keys was saying. He said, we turned money into the God. And I feel like that started to happen in our lifetimes. So like from the 70s on, once we got out of the full struggle of segregation, 1965 hit, segregation ended, niggas started to get a taste of small rights. Niggas got a little bit of taste. Niggas started running to the other communities. They ain't have to stay in the hood no more. Oh, fuck, nigga.
I'm living with the white folks now.
Nigga, what can you tell me, nigga? I got money, and then that's when the thing became. I'm trying to get out the hood, and I say, I was living in North. I was living around North. I was living in Orange, and I used to say to people there, I'm not trying to get out the hood.
Right.
Fuck you, me. Why would I try to get out the hood?
Yeah.
I'm from here. Why would I try to make money to leave
and
y'all
get out the hood?
And I go live in Livingston.
Right.
I used to say to people, why don't we just buy? I used to say this to when I was in high school, when we was in college. I used to say, if we all stay in this area, why don't we just buy in North or buy over here? We live on the same block.
Right.
And we rebuild our hood because now we all positive niggas.
Right.
Like, why would we positive niggas say, you know what, man, I gotta get out this hood, son. So then you're gonna go run to get extorted. First off, that's the first thing that's gonna happen to you. You're gonna run to this white neighborhood.
Get extorted, right? You're
gonna get extorted. Your kid's gonna get bullied. Most of the niggas I know who left North to go to PA, their kids got locked up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because like North PA was like where all reformed North niggas went. You know, you went PA.
I went to PA. Yeah.
You went to PA for a different reason. You ain't go to PA as an adult. You went to PA young. But most reformed North niggas, when they left North, they went to PA. They didn't go to Maryland. They didn't go to New York. PA was the reformed North nigga location.
Right. Allentown, probably.
No, it was Reading.
Oh, yeah, because it's cheaper to live there.
Reading and York.
Yeah.
Reading, York.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Allentown, but it was more Reading and York was the reformed North nigga location.
Right. I've seen it.
Yeah. That is. I was like, because York was really more not even reformed North nigga. York was like North nigga that's still trying to hustle somewhere else type shit. But right. But I used to say to them, I used to be like, I want to work my whole life so I can make it to Summit.
Right.
So I can make it to Livingston. Nah, I'm good. I live in North. I like hanging out in North. I like my people. I live here. We'll fix these drama problems. But I moved out of state. So when I moved out of state, obviously I can't live in North. But
right.
But if I had still been living in Jersey, I'd be living in North or North adjacent, whether it would be like Irvington, EO. I wouldn't have been like in Jersey living in West Bubblefuck. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, so I mean, I agree with that. But what they do, even if you reform an area, they find a way to come in and gentrify it, or they allow crime to happen in that area. They promote crime in that area to get you out of there. Yeah. Or they'll, they have different ways to try to get you out of it where you live.
they're gonna always smoke out the rats. I'm not a rat though.
Right.
I'm a lion, tiger, and bear.
Right.
You don't want me to come outside. You want to smoke me out.
Yeah. They have ways they try though. They have ways they try.
Yeah, you smoke out the rats and the wasps. The wasps die. You know what I mean? We want to smoke them. We want to get rid of them. Let the wasps get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Let the rats get up out of here. But yeah, nah.
Or at least reform. Yeah.
Or reform. Yeah. I don't know. You can't really reform. You can't reform no wasps.
Well, not if they don't want to, for sure. You can't make them.
I was on a previous show. I was saying, I don't believe in reform.
Okay.
I said I don't believe in making people reform.
You can't make them.
Yeah, I said on the show. I said the person has to want to reform. If they don't want to reform, you're banging your head on the wall. And
absolutely.
And that's what, like, when I hear people, that's why I don't believe. That's why I'm not a protester. That's why I'm not like. I used to believe in activism. You know, I used to go out and work in the community, work with kids. You know, but then it's like after I did certain things, I was like, we're up against a bigger fight. Mm-hmm. We're up against, somebody called it a death cult.
Right.
Or something like that. It's not culture, it's a death cult. And I was like, you know what? This might be right. I said, we got to reform a lot. And you're banging your head on the wall trying to fix it one person at a time. Like, this is systemic.
It's about to end. It's about to be. It was life and death before, but it's going to be really life and death. And you were talking about the difference between the intellectual and the person with the money. Let me tell you something. That's going to change too, because there ain't going to be no money.
What you mean?
The way things are going, money is the money the way it is. Finances with artificial intelligence and AI systems taking over, robotic systems taking over, there ain't going to be money like we're used to. It's going to be either you have the know-how and the intellect, or you fall by the wayside. You're not going to be able to just buy your way in anymore, because there's not going to be any money to buy in unless you're super rich, a trillionaire. But if you you make a couple $100,000, some of those jobs are going away.
Yeah, this guy told me that what they're going to do to avoid that is they're going to cancel the debt for the nation, and then they're going to, in doing that, they're going to cancel all debt. So what they're going to do is start over with a clean slate, where he said what they're going to do is, and that's why he's like, he believes they're going to cancel the currency, cancel all debt. So that means that whatever your possessions are, those are your possessions. So like you have a house, a car, you have a car note in a house. When they cancel all of the debt and restart the economy from zero, you start over with a house and a car.
Yeah.
And now you're building up from there. So then what happens is everything that's yours is yours. And we're going to start all over from scratch. And now you're, like you said, scratching and clawing again. So now you're working. Now they're going, when they restart the economy, they're going to restart the wages. So like if you was making $100 an hour doing something, you might be making $8 an hour. But now stuff with prices and commodities, it might be less because you're not getting a lot of exports from overseas. Everything is local. So he said that he think they're going to restart the economy, because he said with $40 trillion in debt, we can't pay it off. If we can't pull out of this situation with this Iran war, and we can't defeat them and get the whole world under hegemony, there's going to be no way.
Yeah.
The only way is to close off America for good, or for a certain period. And when they close off from America, that means you're not going to have no foreign products. You're only going to have locally made, whatever, and then once you have that, you have a closed economy, you set the prices. So then it'll be like a fake capitalism, because it's like it'll really be more socialism and communism as we build back to be capitalists. So that's one of the conversations I was having with this older dude. We'll see.
Perhaps I think they're trying to have a world government. I think they're going to collapse all countries, and they're going to do that all around the world. And it's not going to be any like money currency. It's going to be like all digital.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have like a way to use like, an RFID tag.
Mm-hmm.
So like all your money's on there, and you act up, they're gonna turn it off.
Nigga die, nigga.
Yeah, that's exactly. You political, you're gonna turn it off.
Nigga, I saw your last video, nigga.
Right. Social scores, social credit scores, all that.
Take this heart attack, sucker.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You out there talking wild style on the internet, G Chili.
Right. Now, if you have technical know-how and you have land, you might be good because you have information. You have the AI systems. You have small robotics. You have integrated microcontrollers. You could do things. You could have your own farm where it kind of is automated. Your food grows itself. You could do a lot of things if you have land and you have the ideas and you have the know-how, and not have to spend a lot of money to do it. But if you don't have that know-how, they can kind of. You see what's happening with the food system right now.
No, what happened?
With
the stuff with the grass and stuff like that, you can't eat.
Well, with the food genetically modified, they have the meat you eat. A lot of it is like some of it's lab grown or glued together. It doesn't even taste like real meat. Like eating a steak now, it's like, is this really a steak or is this some kind of glued steak? Who knows?
Like,
it don't taste like regular steak.
The farmers is like, yo, listen, man, we out here just trying to make it, yo. We go. You get your steak, it got thumbtacks in it.
right. It don't taste even like chicken. Like eat a chicken sandwich. It's like, I know what chicken fingers used to look like back in the day. They used to be dense. You eat a chicken finger now, it's like flaky. It's like it's flaked up. It's like it's not even taste like real chicken anymore.
Yeah, no, it's definitely some genetic modified stuff happening. What I was going to talk about is it's two more things that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about three more things. We're going to talk about this is what's to come on the rest of this episode. Is we're going to talk about the Mark Lamont Hill interview. We're going to talk about the and this Tatum guy. I don't know who he's like a right wing black guy.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about the guy who's a freaking. I don't want to call him names, but I know you're talking. I know exactly what you're talking about.
We're gonna talk about him, and then we're gonna talk about the dress code being implemented by HBCUs.
Right.
Absolutely. That and more to come on the G Chick podcast.
All right.
Catch you later, man.
All right, later.
Later.
Real niggas stand up, we handle business. Keep it real up to tell you on the real list. Little bit mad, man, keep tight shit. 12 outside my house is done rich. Nigga been getting sprayed, they know how we playin'. Got out Halloween, but I'm no demon, baby. Niggas rats, I'm a bad father cause I raised them. Cause I made them. Yeah. I real love in my face. Peace and blessings on my face. Let my love spread, this ain't no phase. Blaming Jesus off of my face. My real brothers contribute to my pain. I'm putting legs up every single day. I've been coping, spending every day. I've been decent, living out of space. I came from nothing, now we made it to the top. New Rose rest with icing on the rocks, yeah. You a boss, just flex, you can do it. The next time I see you, we can do it. You say that you love me, then prove it. Yeah, the road respect you gotta charge. Keep it presidential, just like your wives. I can see you love me when I look into your eyes. You popping out with me on a Thursday. Bought you a house, it ain't in your birthday. I'm trying to do your pussy the worst way. Come on, baby. She said she hear a nigga crying. How the fuck you hear tears? I went on to but I was lying. I've been pushing this shit for years. Baby, I'm sorry, okay?